What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel today. Doing a Dynasty video today. 5 guys I'm looking to get on my team if I am rebuilding. We've had 5 weeks of the Dynasty season. If you're 0-5, 1-4, you have some rough injuries, or you're just looking to look towards the future, I'm going to give you 5 of my favorite targets to look at for this season for rebuilders. If you have a sec, please like, subscribe, comment below. It all helps a bunch. But let's get into the topic today. 5 guys to target for rebuilders and trades on how to go get them. The first guy, and this first one is going to be someone who looked like an absolute stud when he was on the field, and he just took an injury this year, and that's going to be Rashee Rice. I think for rebuilding, targeting injured players is really one of the hacks you can say for a rebuilding team. When you're rebuilding, you don't need points. Contenders need points. So targeting players who are not helping them this year is your best way to get future studs onto your team. That also draft picks, obviously. But for me, Rashee Rice, I'm just going to talk about kind of position-to-position trades here for all these trades. Rashee Rice, can I move DJ Moore in a 4th to get Rashee Rice on my team? I like DJ Moore. I think as a contender, DJ Moore is someone that does interest me. He's had 2 really good games. Caleb Williams looks a lot better and a lot more comfortable these last couple weeks. I'm just throwing on the 4th here to make this a fair trade on KTC. And, I think this is an offer I would send out. I think this could be a win-win deal for both teams here. Next guy I want to talk about, another wide receiver, another just straight across kind of trade. Can I get McConkey onto my Dynasty team? I think McConkey is going to be a very good player in the NFL. I don't see him as a top 10 wide receiver, but he showed that he can get in the end zone. He showed that he has chemistry with Justin Herbert, and I think that Chargers team is going to continue to grow over the next couple years as Harbaugh really starts to build it and put them together as a big contender in the AFC. My trade idea here, can I trade Chris Godwin to get McConkey on my team? Chris Godwin having a great year. They're valued neck and neck on KTC. So if you're looking for someone who's probably going to outscore McConkey this year, Godwin's that guy, and maybe a contender would be more interested in a trade like this. I like getting Ladd as a future play, a guy who's probably going to be a pretty solid wide receiver 2 for your Dynasty team moving forward. Next one, another receiver, I know, but receivers are where it is at when you are a rebuilder. The next thing I want to talk about is Jaylen Waddle. Now, we all know how unfortunate the Miami situation has been this year. Obviously, with no Tua, Tyreek, Waddle, even Achane has really gone down these last couple weeks. They basically look almost unusable at this point, or, you're going to be playing the running backs, but Waddle looks basically unplayable. I think you're basically benching him if you are a contender and you have other options. So he may be looking to get shipped off a contender team who's looking for someone else. And who better to give them than Alvin Kamara, a top 5 running back right now? Can we package Alvin Kamara and a 4th-round pick to go get Jaylen Waddle? Someone who I still believe in as a wide receiver talent. It just, without Tua this year, it's looking a little bleak for that Miami offense. And I would understand why a contender would need someone who's much more elite and going to be scoring points for them, like Alvin Kamara. Next guy I want to talk about, and he is a rookie running back for rebuilders here. He hasn't stepped on the field yet, but that's going to be Jonathon Brooks. Jonathon Brooks, obviously drafted highly by the Panthers this offseason. A lot of Dynasty owners invested into him, thinking he was going to come back. And as a rebuilder, he still interests me a lot. He's only 21 years old. And the thing for me that I think is a very positive thing is Chuba Hubbard has looked pretty solid for the Panthers. Chuba Hubbard in the last year of his deal in Carolina. So it seems like a pretty natural progression to just move to Jonathon Brooks starting next year. They'll probably split the backfield once Brooks comes back this year, but next year it's going to be Jonathon Brooks' backfield. I think Canales has shown that he can get some production out of the running back room for the Panthers. Can we move Brian Robinson, who looks amazing as a fantasy RB this year, to get Jonathon Brooks, who I think is a better target for rebuilders, but Brian Robinson probably a better target for competitive teams. He is scoring more points this year on Washington. Washington's a very hot team right now. They look absolutely amazing. And I think selling pieces like this could maybe get the youth on your side as a rebuilder. Next one, someone at the tight end position, someone that I've talked about a couple times. And we can't be forgetting about TJ Hockenson. He's coming off the injury, but he looked so amazing for the Vikings these past year and a half when he was playing with Kevin O'Connell as his coach. Now, Kirk Cousins has left, little riskier moving to Sam Darnold, but Darnold has shown that he can run the offense. And TJ Hawkinson's going to come back at some point this year, and I think cement himself as a top 6 tight end once again in the Dynasty community. But he hasn't come back yet, and we don't know exactly when he's going to start coming back. So can we move Dallas Goedert, someone who's been producing well these past couple of weeks with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith out? Can we move Goedert, package of 27 second on top of that, to go get T.J. Hockenson, who's someone I still think has plenty of years left, only 27. He's still giving you 3-4 more years. Goedert pushing 30 years old. So I think this is a good trade for a rebuilder that I would do. But thank you guys for tuning in. I think it's really smart. This is the time of year where these contender to rebuilder trades really start to heat up, and you don't want to miss out on selling or buying your pieces. Please make sure to go back to some of my other videos. If you always need redraft help as well, the Monday and Friday videos are great watches. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel if you gained anything from this video, and I will catch you guys on Friday. I appreciate it.